Welcome, everybody, to our third podcast. If you're watching, listening, or listening in the Discord live stage, it's our first time doing this, so hopefully it goes well. So today we have our returning guest. Well, first and foremost, Happy New Year to everybody. This is the first podcast of 2022 for BFN. Yeah, Happy New Year. I hope you guys had safe and happy holidays. For those of you that could celebrate, some of us couldn't. Maple knows what I'm talking about. We have a returning guest, Maple, and a new guest, Ivan Cano 19. So we're going to start off by letting Ivan present himself and tell us what he does for BFN and anything else he wants to talk about. So Ivan, go ahead.
Hello everyone, thanks for inviting me. My name is Roche. I'm Ivan Cano from Peru. Within BFNations, I am an ambassador from Peru and a community manager for South America. In Battlefield, I am champions in Answer HQ and Dice Frame. By my professional, I am account, and now I learn more about marketing, CM, design, UX. This is my my life right now.
Good stuff. So just to give you guys a little idea of what we're going to be talking about today in the podcast. So first and foremost, we're going to be talking about Battlefield Portal. I know this is a returning topic, but mostly about featured playlists, XP caps, and more. And then we're going to talk about Battlefield 3 reality mods. So I don't know if you guys have watched the video. It's been a project long in the works by a team of modders that modded Battlefield 3. And they just released a gameplay reveal trailer on the 31st of December. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that as well. And then we're going to get into a little bit more nitty gritty with the Battlefield 2042 weekly missions overhaul, possibly. A couple of tweets that did the rounds in the Battlefield community, as well as the subreddit, which was maybe going on lockdown because of the toxicity. So a little bit less fun to talk about, but it's all Battlefield news, and we're going to try and make it as fun as possible. So
that's what's happening.
That's what's happening. It is what it is. So first and foremost, Battlefield Portal. So I wanted to bring this up because I'm sure most of you had noticed that the featured playlist Rush was removed from Battlefield Portal. And I know a lot of people, that was their favorite mode to play. I really enjoy Rush. That was like my go-to game mode in Battlefield 4. I think I already talked about that in previous podcasts. But kind of a shame that they removed that featured playlist. I wish they would have made it a card, an option in All-Out Warfare. It seems like there was so many people that were flocking to Rush. It's kind of confusing why they removed it. I understand they want to feature other modes, but such a popular mode that for a lot of people ran a lot better than All Out Warfare. Seems like a given that they should have just kept Rush in some shape or form active for people to earn XP as well, which we're going to talk about. But yeah, I don't know what you guys think about the Rush playlist being removed.
What do you think, Ivan, about Rush removing?
Well, I like Portal. I don't go in often. In that match at Rush, we are the reason why I enter to play in Portal. Now that is out, I play a few games of Grandmaster or Free for All, but I don't like play more that mode. And of course, as a few points are obtained in Portal, the people more enter to all warfare because you win at 1,000 points. Yes, no. Developers have to give a good scoring system now in the future, so that the portal doesn't die.
Yeah, the people are saying like, you really need XP to have an enjoyable time. I've seen that argument a lot thrown around. No, not necessarily, but that's just how our brain functions. You get rewarded for doing something, it gives you a dopamine kick, and it's normal for people to want to gain XP or some form of progression for the time they put into the game. And developers for years have emphasized progression in video games. So now you take that away, so it kind of takes away the whole point of playing Portal. So yeah, I don't. it's such a shame that they got rid of Rush. I don't know what you've been playing, Maple.
But for us, we will play Rush in Portal, as you say,
Mm-hmm.
guys. So we're happy to use it more and more. Honestly, we're gonna start the coding of all those complex modes soon. But the fact that we have it in Portal for the tournament that we're gonna start soon, it's amazing. I know that for the tournament in South America, in Brazil, Ivan Cano speaking on that, Catan want to try something. So we will use Portal again, the Rush map in there. But in general, for the overall view that people have of the game, the understanding of the navigation inside the game that people have, having Rush in the main mode would have been optimal. Of course, those temporary mode, even starting from BF5, are making some sentiment. People are sad when the mode are gone, basically.
Yeah,
Simple.
because they give you a taste of something that you end up really enjoying, and then they just take it away. Like I'm sure they have stats on how many players are playing these featured playlists. I mean, they accumulate data on all this. So I'm 100% sure that they saw the data for Rush, and it was probably one of the most played modes. Sure, Gunmaster and Free For All is fine, but it's not. Well, in my opinion, it's not one of the reasons why people play Battlefield. They play Battlefield to have some kind of a team-focused, objective-type gameplay, something else than just getting kills, like in Gunmaster or Free For All.
Exactly. You're so
So,
right. I think the mode like War Pigeon, Thief versus Elf, Christmas, Gunfight, you change weapon at each time. Those very specific modes should be temporary. But Domination, Rush, those classic, if they bring them back, I feel like they should stay. Do you agree, Ivan, with us?
Yes, I agree. Like Domination, Squad Conquest in Battlefield 5, no,
Yeah.
is the most popular to the competitive players, no. In South America, I want to be able to attract more teams, but the current state of the game is somewhat difficult to competitive, no. We want the unit, the community, but now it's how I say it's difficult because the game doesn't prove the competitive mode, no.
yeah, well, I think there's probably a lot of features missing for competitive mode as well, such as being able to make and change squads at will. So that's probably difficult to create, competitive environments when you can't even change squads.
I know that Mera is coming
And
up with
no
something
spectator
next.
modes. So,
Yeah.
for shoutcasters, like
no.
Yeah,
like
expecting
you and
mode
Lycan.
is necessary, no,
Mhm.
and scoreboard, no?
Yeah.
More things.
And like, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the bugs that are happening right now with gunplay. So if you change any attachments on your weapon, I actually made a video on that yesterday. I found that out while I was messing around with the AC-42. If you change any attachment, be it a grip or a sight or anything, it reduces your recoil by 25%, give or take. And then if you crouch while shooting, it resets your recoil down to the initial point of fire. So they have a lot of things to do to fix the gunplay for it to be an acceptable level for, I think,
Okay.
competitive integrity, because
Okay.
they're kind of like exploits, but you can't really do anything about them because it's not like you're doing something that isn't possible to do in the game. You're changing attachments or you're crouching while in the gunfight, but it turns into breaking kind of breaking the gunplay. So
I heard Catalyst recently saying in one of his videos that console have 30 less % of recoil and it's in the game file. So that information was new for me, I admit. But saying that there's a glitch with the attachment. So, okay.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it will be addressed. There's
there's
a lot of
also
work.
There's also a glitch with the AC-42 fire rate for console players that makes it so that you can fire off 2 bursts twice as fast as you can on PC. So if you guys play sometimes against console players and you're getting destroyed by the AC-42 in like half a second, that would be why.
Okay,
But
okay.
they definitely have a lot of work to do in terms of gunplay. Honestly, they should have just. This might sound like too little, too late, but they should have done a lot more technical play tests with the community. I know there was like maybe one technical playtest, one alpha, and then the beta.
The CTA? Do you know the CTA?
Yeah.
They need to a community test like having a game with such big scope. I would imagine it's probably hard to fill up internal playtests with enough people. Because I mean, if you're trying out the all-out warfare, 128 people, that's a lot of people to fill in internally. So yeah, I think a CTE or more technical playtests of what's coming up would probably be pretty good for them. Like they just have
you
to
see the post of
Go ahead.
Twitter of the narrative guy. Sorry to cut you because it was something positive
Leto?
for the game. Yeah, it
Marcus
was
Leto,
saying that
yes.
he will say he would check the feedback and all that. I know we're not talking about damage of a gunshot, but I mean, I was just wanted to bring that to the table because it was not in the topic of the podcast, but I
Same.
saw that on Twitter yesterday and it was amazing. It was great. I feel good when I read that. I already love this guy. So,
Yeah, he seems like he's pretty invested in. Hopefully, hopefully he's not just saying,
no,
so to
I
speak,
don't think
pretty
so.
words. Yeah, just talking like,
Yes.
oh,
No.
we're telling them what
Please,
they want to
no only
hear.
words.
No,
This is
the
the
guys
past.
was
No.
But the guy was telling that he was going in vacation. So at
Yeah.
first you say that, you say we'll have the maximum of backlash. But no, he was saying the truth. I will read the feedback and then I will be back. I will start my work, guys. I think it was so awesome. That was so perfect. That was amazing.
If he lives up to what he's saying now, I
That's
think
right.
a lot of upper management or people that are in leadership roles could take a page out of his playbook. Honesty is always key. If you come out and say, look, guys, the game's not ready for launch. It is what it is. We're sorry, but you know, we can't work faster. There's too many problems. It's fine. People understand. Sure, you're always going to get the people that are like, oh, the game's delayed or whatever, but you can never please everybody. But I think the best thing to do in business, because let's face it, EA Dice is a business. They're there to make money. The best thing to do in business is be honest, because the hardest thing to cultivate is trust. And the easiest thing to lose is, coincidentally, trust. So, yeah, I think they just need to be forward with their player base and community and just say the hard truth. Like, say,
That
look,
was a good tweet yesterday.
Yes, it's a good tweet.
pardon
Yes.
my French. Yes, we fucked up and we're owning up to that and we're going to fix it.
Yeah.
You're laughing because you know the speak
It's the
French.
truth.
Pardon my French is an expression that we use, even though
Yeah. No, let's keep it clean for YouTube, guys. But I understand.
yeah.
So we all agree on that. The game has things to do, but yesterday was a good tweet. But speaking about the bullet damage and all that, yes, there is a modification to do, especially if we're talking maybe about competitive hit reg. But I feel like in Portal, again, the hit reg is much better. In smaller mode, it's much better. In custom server, it's much better. So we're going to get there for the mouse input and all that. But
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
yeah.
For BFNations at least. I know people want to get into scrims and competitive tournaments
Everyone that plays a scrim,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that want to try something with precise hit range, with a mode with certain variables will be enjoyed to have perfect value. For me, I have a good experience when I'm using the common, but again, indeed, it's true that PC player with mouse and keyboard, as you say, there is mouse input to fix down the road, but they're gonna get there. Far so good.
Okay, so if we're done talking about that, we're going to move over to Battlefield 3 Reality Mod. So I don't know if you guys have been following Battlefield 3 Reality Mod, if you watched the video that I posted yesterday.
Yes, pretty good.
So yeah, it's a work in progress. They've been working on that for obviously a while because, you know, Battlefield 3 at this point is pretty old. But yeah, it looks like they did a lot of work. It feels very visceral, like a very visceral type of experience, reminiscent of Squad. I don't know if you guys ever played Squad on Steam. They're going more for like the mil-sim type approach of combat. Not as much as hand-holding, and there's a lot less information available to you on screen and a lot more tactics involved because, again, I'll leave a link to the trailer in the description. It's like 1 to 2 shot kills. It's not a half a mag and stuff like that. But yeah, I found it interesting that after all this time, they're finally getting around to releasing Battlefield 3 Reality Mod. And I don't know, are people interested in that? Is it like too little too late? I know it might not appeal to the exact player base of Battlefield because it is, again, a reality mod. It's built to be a little bit more, hardcore. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, did you watch the reality 3 mode reality, Ivan? Did you watch it, the clip?
Yes. I love how this look now. Players have made several changes to Battlefield 3 in the old time. Uh, about the Battlefield 3, I had to read the players made a battle royale mode. No, it's insane. That what types of mode work with Battlefield 3. No, this is the basis of the game of many players in the community. No,
Mm-hmm.
Battlefield 3. I consider myself on one of them.
I didn't even know they made a battle royale type mode for Battlefield 3. I know
Yes,
those.
where I searched the video and I send you.
Okay, good. I'll put it in the description as well if people want to go watch that. But yeah, I know Battlefield 3 is a beloved game and really, revolutionized a little bit the franchise, even though a lot changed between the Refractor engine era and the Frostbite era. But yeah, still, reminds me earlier, I wanted to say something. You guys talked about Squad Conquest, I think, in Battlefield 5.
Yep.
Squad Deathmatch from Battlefield Bad Company 2. They need to bring that back. That was so fun. Oh, that was so fun. I know it wasn't as objective based, but God, that was fun.
What was exactly for those who were not there in this Battlefield?
So Squad Deathmatch was basically like 4 squads of 4, if I recall. So basically, instead of having team deathmatch, it was 4 squads fighting.
By squads, right?
Yeah, it was so fun.
More kills.
Yeah,
win.
It was pretty much like shoot as many people as you can. Oh man, it was so intense. Playing that game was so intense. Yeah, in a squad of 4. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. In Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, I remember.
Yeah, they weren't as popular though in Battlefield 3 and 4. I recall playing it a lot in Battlefield Bad Company 2 though. Like a lot. And
so
that
was it was not 2 team, it was 4 squad.
4 squad, yep.
Okay.
Exactly. I'm sure you could somebody can figure out how to do that in Portal, no doubt.
Man, you sprout some great idea there, my friend.
That's a great idea. Yes. A
good idea is only good if tested. So
yeah.
So
but that was some that was some serious like high intense action. Oh God, I love that mode so much.
Sweet.
Maybe we'll see it as a featured playlist down the line, so a lot of people can get to experience that. I definitely think they need to.
From BF1.
Yeah, so. a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people are newer to the Battlefield franchise and haven't had the chance to experience a lot of the past. Some of the greatest like maps and modes, like
even if they're there from since 2 Battlefield now, the game mode that you're talking about was not there in Battlefield 1 and looks amazing. So yeah, I'm super happy, honestly, that you describe it a little bit more today. I think it's a great idea.
It's only in Battlefield 3 and 4, I remember.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Battlefield 4, it was there? Okay, so it was
but well known. It really wasn't popular. Like, well, in Battlefield 4, it's a lot different, because it was mostly community hosted servers. So people always like featured the modes that got the most attention because they wanted their servers to fill up. You don't want to rent a server and have nobody play it. So it was mostly like Rush, Conquest, Team Deathmatch, Domination, the basic, I would say the basic 4 modes of Battlefield at the time. Battlefield 4 had a ton of modes, it had Gunmaster, it had Diffuse. Probably not a lot of people know what the hell Diffuse is.
Diffuse. Yes.
People might be listening to me and going, who's this crazy person? Who let this guy in? But yeah, I had a lot of modes that people probably never played. But they should definitely look at
Gunmaster was a mode played a lot.
Yeah. Gunmaster, yeah. But game modes like Diffuse and Squad Deathmatch, not a lot. But they definitely need to revisit those old game modes and bring that in as featured playlists. Like, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard for them to create that with their custom logic editor. They know what they're doing a lot more than we do when it comes to the custom logic editors. So I'm sure they'd be able to bring those modes in pretty easily as a featured playlist. And I'm sure a lot of people would be like, whoa, this is new. But yeah.
We need flag and capture area for Portal.
Capture the flag too. Yeah, that was another mode that was fun in Battlefield 4.
Yeah, but we need flag and capture area definition in
Yeah,
Portal.
yeah, yeah. True, true, true. You talked about
Just
that,
to
I think, last week, right?
Yeah,
Or
and
2 weeks
ago,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just to finish on the reality mode of Portal, I want to
Mm-hmm.
say that multiple mode have been talked down the road by some big content creator, whether it was some minimalist mode, some funny mode, some Battlefield main name clown, but I don't know. But this reality mode, I think it one of the most interesting mod that I saw. Like it's not with no colors, no texture. There was a mode super simplistic one day. There was a game created that was a kind of another simplistic copy of Battlefield. There was some modification applied in game at one point that the big content creator talked, but it was kind of. I'm not sure if people can do mods if the game if it's a game that like the dev allow mods to be like this, but I think that this reality mode from Battlefield 3, the clip that you sent me was
Mm-hmm.
amazing. I was super surprised by the graphic. So I don't. In any case, GG for the guys that have done this mode because it looks amazing. It's as simple as that.
What really hit me in the clip was the gun sounds. They were they were scary.
Man, the leaves, the field, the grass, the rocks. At one point, is looking through a broken building, and like in Battlefield 5, the destruction. It was looking so crisp, so sharp.
Mm-hmm.
That was yeah. I enjoyed the. It was only 2-3 minutes, I think, the clip you sent me, but that
Mm-hmm.
was looking super good. Yeah, yeah.
It's good, very good.
All right, so we're gonna go to the next subject. So, Battlefield 2042 weekly missions. So there was a tweet made by I forget who. There's so many tweets.
Kevin Johnson,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah. Something I think.
the CM.
But I can't. Yeah, somebody at Dice
There is
currently.
Kevin
Kevin.
Son. There is, I mean, there is
Yes,
not a
Kevin.
thousand people. There is Darko Supe. There is
I think it's Kevin. I think his name is Kevin.
Kevin. Okay, Kevin
But anyways,
Johnson.
I know
Total
he
FPS on
asked.
Twitter. Yeah, yeah,
He asked, yes, Total FPS, thank you.
yeah.
So
Okay.
he asked the question of what do people think of the weekly missions in Battlefield 2042, kind of taking feedback on that. Obviously, the weekly missions have started before the holidays, and some of them were kind of a little bit more annoying than others when everybody's trying to do the same thing at the same time to get the skins. And so, yeah, he seemed to be taking feedback from the community to possibly, it looks like, overhauling some of the weekly missions. One of the best things I think they could do is have a pool of weekly missions that people randomly get assigned. Sometimes it might not be exactly your playstyle, but at least it makes you discover other things. But everybody having the exact same weekly mission kind of makes it, yeah, a mess. Especially when you have things like, oh, get 10 kills or 30 kills with explosives or something like that. Oh my god.
What do you think about the weekly mission, Ivan?
Yes, like Roche say, no, Kevin posted a tweet asking the community.
Yeah.
And the community responds ask for verity in the missions, no? They are like Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5 when you follow a line until you get the reward, no? You complete
Okay.
a lot of missions, no? I agree with that, but I want the missions that you need the team, not the individuality, no? Because if you like Rose say, no, 10 kills with explosive, 10 kills with in a head, no, it's more individuality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. No, I'm be like the unity, the team, no.
Okay.
Play the objective, capture X amount of
Yes,
flags,
play the
or
objective,
something more team
revive.
oriented. Maybe have
Yes, with
one
the in the
objective
or
in the mission like be
yes, yes,
singularity,
yes.
but the rest of it be more team oriented. Yeah, I think it would.
Okay, that because that's it Battlefield, no?
Mm-hmm.
The unity of the team, no, the objective. I already complete that the weekly missions because it's very easy, no? It's very no complicated,
Yeah.
no. And
Okay.
the three objectives is I don't know, maybe put a 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm. I think the link to make all those sense with those weekly mission is maybe the implementation of a big squad VoIP joining easily, squad other squad, creating squad big group in games to favorize those weekly mission associated with PTFO and squad play. I think it will be a feature that will be. I think the weekly mission will make a much more sense if those objectives are related with an implementation of big groups that are possible to
Mhm.
squad up easily in the game. That's what I mean by there.
That's
Yeah.
something that I'm kind of sad that you can't really easily group up with more than 3 people.
I think it's the only, honestly, for me, Battlefield is still Battlefield. And I know, like, sometimes I feel like there is 3 people that think that now in the community. But anyway, the thing I think that disconnect that hurts, like I can feel the pain of people on that, is one of a big part of the soul of Battlefield was in the fact of squatting up easily in the game
Mhm.
and doing this PDFO squad play. I know they have worked to improve that, and honestly, probably at the truest of their heart with the task that they have to do for the game. But yeah, adding that with the weekly mission, I think simply will add a lot of fun of limbrick emotion. The squatting up, talking, doing your weekly mission about the PTFO together in a squad with an easiness of squatting up easily in a game. I mean, I know I repeat there in the same phrase, but that's really, I think, what is needed for the weekly mission. It's not super related when you talk about weekly mission, the squatting up, but we were doing mission. People were, hey, I will jump out of the server. I will change my achievement. I will be back, joining you back, guys. We're between 2 rounds. I'm switching. I'm coming back, and you're
Yeah.
all in a party, all in a squad. Okay, I will take your place this round. Okay, I'm coming up. Hey, you're jumping out. I will take your place in a squad. So you're still 5-10 in a party, but what people go dinner, the another arrive, and it was those type of interaction with the game are not necessarily visible when you are a developer of the game because maybe they
Mhm.
don't see the voice party of Discord or PlayStation while we're playing. But squanging up and having those weekly mission with PTFO were really, I feel like, one thing in Battlefield was giving a lot of the soul of it.
Yeah. Well, like I played Battlefield 4 is probably the game that I played the most, and I vividly remember being like 8, 9 people in a party joining games. Even if we weren't in the same team, it's fine. But having that sense that you could play with multiple friends, because we had like I played with a ton of people on a daily basis, and now it's like it sucks because you can't even get more than 3 people in your party.
But let me be clear. I've heard I'm having fun with Battlefield alone also too, and more than I was thinking. But it's just in the we're talking about more group, team versus team, community, competitive thing. The squatting up feature is really something that was appreciated by everyone. So yeah.
Makes me think I was playing the other day. I think I was streaming actually, and I came across Lycan on the other team, and I was like, I was 99% sure it was him, and I was like, oh, if only I could all chat and tell it, hey, Lycan, look, I killed you, just poke the bear.
Okay.
But I was like, oh, it's so sad that I can't all chat. I know sometimes people are gonna get toxic and all chat, but you can just mute them. It's not the end of the
Yeah.
world, or you can just close the chat. But I think taking away all chat when you run into people that you know on the opposing team, it kind of sucks because you can't even talk to them. I had to alt tab out of the game, go message them on Discord.
But there was no proximity via IP in the previous opus.
No, I'm talking about all chat and text chat.
Okay.
I'm talking about all
Oh,
chat, text chat. You can't even talk to the enemy team. Yeah,
okay.
Oh
It's
yes,
which I
it's
find
okay.
unfortunate.
you
That's
sure
right.
it's not? I think the chat is you
You can
can
only,
Yeah,
talk to everyone.
it's not only one your teams.
yeah, it's
It's
only your team.
all the people.
It used to be all the people. Now you can only chat to your team. So when I came across Lycan, I was like, oh, if only I could type to the enemy team. Or even sometimes, like in a Gunmaster game, so it's free for all, right? You can't even chat to anybody and say like, oh, good shot or whatever. It just takes a little bit away from the community aspect. I think taking away all chat for whatever reason they did it, I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I just came across like, oh, look, it's Lycan. Oh, I can't talk to him.
Well, in your case, you could send them a message on Discord, but
Yeah, but
I
still,
know that. No,
you
no, no,
have to
no.
alt
I
tab
get
out
it.
of the game to do it. It's just like it should be in there. I know,
Yeah.
I know it's chats get toxic, but I don't think taking away all chat really reduces toxicity because now people are just toxic with their teammates. You're trading out 4 quarters for $1. It's like,
But there's a thing I remember. If an AI melee kill you, the AI may teabag you. So, there's some action that are
that's funny.
implemented in the game to have a little bit fun together. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so moving on from that, we diverged quite a bit from the weekly missions, but it's
No, but
okay.
that was good.
That's what the podcast is for.
Yeah.
So a little bit less fun of news. So a tweet
But
was
debug
made.
is fun, huh?
Huh?
Debug is fun.
Don't you do it to me! I swear, I will hunt you down and gut you. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, something a little bit less fun to talk about. So the global director for integrated comms for shooters and Star Wars at EA got back from vacation and tweeted something that rubbed the community a little bit the wrong way. So his name is Andy McNamara. I don't know if you guys know who that is. I'm sure you two probably saw the tweet. I'd have to imagine so. Hang on, let me find this. It's since has been deleted. But anyways, the tweet was something along the lines of, I came back from vacation and I see that the Battlefield and Reddit communities are pissed that we didn't do enough updates or communication during the holidays. And then he replied to that tweet saying, like, the expectations for that are brutal. All these things need time to design, scope, and execute, whatever. So yeah, that I think rubbed the community the wrong way because a lot of people feel cheated by buying a game that had so many problems, and so many problems persisted through the holidays. A lot of people felt like they should have maybe delayed the game further to iron out those issues and not release it so close to a large holiday period for most of the staff. Obviously, development companies and studios like that and software companies always have a certain amount of employees on call for issues like server issues or whatever it may be. They always have a couple of employees on call, that's for sure. But I think they should definitely look into implementing a different release periods so they don't release a game before most of their staff goes on holidays. I don't think anybody should forgo holidays. Everybody needs a vacation. That's a given. And I want to make that clear. No matter what's happening, everybody deserves a vacation. But yeah, that tweet made the rounds, man, and it rubbed people the wrong way. I mean, from my perspective, I can understand both sides of the story, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you guys saw the tweet and saw all the controversy about it.
About that tweet, Ivan? Do you love dice after that?
Well, they delete the tweets, no?
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think the toxicity increased and some of the hate there is for the game, no? Maybe he wants to say something else, but he doesn't. He has no help to calm this down, no, about the game. Something I think, no, something talking on holidays and take drinks, no, and have a Twitter makes you write things that are not, no. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe he say, I try to help the game, no, but the things no
Not
doesn't happen
working.
that no.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm. The community is very passionate behind all that. I think maybe the higher direction is happy that there is the new guy that is on the narrative. Say, okay, we put the best coworker at the best place. I don't know. I'm laughing, but it may be not funny. Honestly, the community is super passionate about that game. So this is they speak from their heart. So the vocalization has evolved, but now we're back as honestly, they're toxic because they love the game and they don't know maybe what to do anymore. It really hurts the community to have some legacy feature I feel change because the community is ultra passionate about the game.
Yeah.
It's not like the iteration of the game. We know that it could change at each year, and the vibe of the game is that we know that it changed. There's only a few aspects that stay, and no, Battlefield really have an history. They're putting back a narrator. They're making the emphasis about that, and the narrator guys were super like yesterday. So you know that people love the soul of the game that goes with those features. So yeah, indeed, there's not a lot of marge of They cannot move left and right a lot. They need to move tight, as we say.
Yeah,
So
they
the
need to
community is at this
focus
point.
up and get like
Yeah.
a common message from Dice and EA saying, "We hear you. We're fixing it." A roadmap would be a great start, I think. Not necessarily give dates on when,
Mm.
No, but
because they can always have
ju-
issues with releases, but give dates about when we can expect certain things to be fixed, or I don't know. That there needs
but
to
the
be.
tweet of the guy yesterday,
Yeah,
I'll go in
that's perfect.
vacation, I'll read the feedback. When I'm back, I'm starting. It is a mini roadmap in 200 characters.
Yeah,
It was so well received.
yeah.
Like I said, the guys were literally telling that I'm going in vacation, but people were liking it because he was saying, I'm watching, I'm back and I'm human, I'm there. What's up, guys? That was so, yeah. So honestly, what was about to say for that? The tweet of the other guy. Yeah, the community is. I feel like since Battlefield 1, it was a little bit hurt because people were liking a lot Battlefield 4 and all of the soul of the game. It was perfect at this moment. Even the biggest content creator were talking back about this Battlefield 4 game, like the. So for me, they're trying to bring this back with the modernity of 2042, but yeah, the community has been hurt. Even me, I was coming up from Battlefield 1 area. I like the epicness of the trailer, with everyone agree at the end. And I feel like people have a lot of respect of Battlefield 1 now. We're talking to that. But at the beginning, the community was like, yo, it's not Battlefield 4. What's up with the TTK? Da, 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 da. So that's true. So,
Yes.
it's been a few Battlefield games that the community is kind of, yo, you hurt, you hurt, you hurt, you hurt. And it is a strong community together, maybe more than some other games, honestly, for a first person shooter. There is a community for Battlefield, at least. Even if the game is only bird 2-3 years, the community stay. So, yeah, I just want to say that I can feel the pain of the community on that.
I think a lot of people kind of like uh, tweet stuff on a dime, not thinking about the repercussions of what they're saying or how it could hurt individual devs. Uh, they're trying to voice their concerns, but in a poor fashion. I think
Yes.
EA and Dice
Yeah.
should count themselves lucky to have such a dedicated community that is willing to give them mountains and mountains of feedback on everything. But I think it's just the way it's being communicated by a large part of the community is it's not conveying the right message. It's conveying the message of toxicity rather than we love Battlefield. We want it to be better. Take our help. We want to help you guys succeed. And obviously, people that are outraged and angry are always the most vocal. People who aren't as outraged or angry or a little bit more passive or neutral tend to be less vocal. So there's always a big part of the community, and that works in every community, every part of this world. It's always a vocal minority that is the loudest, if that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it as best I can.
No, you're right. You're right. But I think like the community is pretty united more and more. The vocality with the social media that are to more and more people. The silent minority, there is a lot more people that use the social media in any case and that would give a like at least on some things that they like. So with this modern world of Internet of Things, the silent majority can start to be still mapped and therefore have a voice. But indeed, the loudest comment I feel like again the community was vocal, explaining, and they switch in the toxicity because they don't know what to do anymore. It's not like people don't want to play the game.
They don't know how to voice their
Please.
concerns anymore, so they feel as though throwing around insults is the way to go. But unfortunately, it's not.
No, you're right. But the day the game will have no comments anymore, it will be the day that people don't even care to say that they don't like this or this of the
Exactly.
game.
The day
right.
you stop getting feedback is the day the game, and that works for any game, is the day the game dies.
Completely.
That's why I
Yes.
like the tweet from yesterday from the guy saying that he will continue to read and be back. So sorry, Ivan, you were about to say?
No. It's okay. I same things that you guys. But I don't know. I have a question for you. Maybe you think that all players, no, but 3, 2, 4, 1, 5, refuse to understand the change
Um,
because Battlefield 2041 is no, it's different. I don't know.
I think as a general rule of thumb, I saw this the other day. I can't recall who said it. There needs to be 90% the same and 10% new when you're trying to make a sequel for a game. And I think that makes quite a bit of sense to not lose your core player base. Obviously, if like people say remaster Battlefield 4, I don't think that's the solution, or even Battlefield 3. I don't think that's the solution because then you're just getting more of the same. You know, I don't think the player base would be that much happier with just taking an old title and remastering it. I don't think it would give them the same satisfaction as they think it would give them. I think there always needs to be innovation and there needs to be changes for such a long ongoing franchise to stay alive. There needs to be changes in every games. There needs to be new features, new things that we've never experienced before to keep people interested and invested in the game. But I think it's one of the problems is they changed a lot of things from one game to the next, if that makes sense. So a large part of the game from Battlefield 5 to Battlefield 2042 seems to have been lost along the way. So instead of doing like 90% the same and 10% new, they did like 50-50 kind of. So I think that's why a lot of people are like, this isn't a Battlefield game anymore because too much has changed in like the span of one game. I don't know. That's just my take on it.
Battlefield for me, but I can feel it. I understand what you mean. A
Yeah.
lot of change that's happening in one
Yes.
game. So it's
People
okay,
like change, but not too much change.
it was a change. It was a change.
Into the line, no?
So what's that?
In the line, no, in the line of Battlefield.
Yeah,
Change,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
doesn't forget when you come, no?
Change some, but don't change too much. And I think that works for everything.
Yes.
People don't mind change, but change scares people. You know, a lot of
Yes.
a lot of
In
people
the LOL teams, in the LOL teams.
Yeah, like for work, a lot of people would stay in a job because they're scared to change and go into another job somewhere else. But sometimes, you know, that it works for everything in life.
Right.
Everything. Oh, am I making the right move? What's going to happen if I move to another country? Do I take the chance? You know, not a lot of people are willing to make change because it's scary, and I get that. And I think that's one of the reasons why Battlefield 2042 is kind of having a hard time right now because there was a lot of change in just 2 titles of Battlefield. I'm sure it can be saved. They just need to really focus their message and be clear on what their plans are.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We need the all clears, the all things clears.
Yeah.
Great summary, Rogue, on that.
Whew, I'm thirsty. I have no more water either.
It was coming from the arm, bro.
It's hot.
I've you know, I don't like using the word Battlefield veteran because I think that, you know, it's just like saying like, oh, I play the game more than everybody else. I know more. I don't know more. I just like Battlefield, and I just want for other people to like it, and I want the game to succeed from the bottom of my heart. I've been playing the Battlefield since the first game came out when I was a wee little lad. And I played that game I played every game so much with my dad. I met so many people, fantastic people. I even coincidentally met somebody that has the exact same birth date with me across the globe. So I live in Quebec, Canada, and he lived in the UK, and we ended up being good friends for a long time. And coincidentally, he had the exact same birth date as me, which is crazy. Battlefield is such a core part of who I am as a gamer. And for my dad too, we still play video games together to this day. And
that's nice.
I just want the game to succeed. I want them to have what they had in the past. So I think we can skip the subreddit part going on lockdown. I think that's just it's just negativity for no reason.
Okay.
And
I'm down. I'm good. I'm good. Anyway, it's been 45 minutes already.
Yeah.
And no, you know, it's not that we're not capable of, but I agree with you. Ivan, do you have anything that you want to say again? I was super happy that you were here today for the South America part. We're going to talk more about the South America tournament that you want to do with Brazil. But do you want to say something at the end again to everyone, for YouTube, for your community, for your time?
Oh, well, thanks again for the invitation to you guys. It was fun. I hope you had a good time with me
Oh
and
yes.
the community.
Yes.
For the community, we we have a lot of work now.
Yeah.
The passion is alive, but uh, give me a times, no? Give me a
Hmm.
times, and I'm working for that for all the guys.
You're working hard already. I know that.
Yes,
I know
thanks,
that. I know
thanks,
that.
thanks a lot for the opportunity, man.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Rogue, also thanks for, as I repeat myself at each week, but it's always you're the best animator. It's a true pleasure. No, that's true. Next week we're gonna have probably we're gonna go to another department, competition team maybe, or competition team broadcasting. I mean, we're gonna get everyone. So maybe competition team could be good. So thanks again. Thanks for the listener. Do we have people who's listening
I
today?
think
We have
there's one
nice.
person still listening.
Bro, we love you. Thanks. You're the first one. First podcast. We were a little bit improvisation. It worked.
Next time
So
it's going to
let's.
be announced a little bit ahead of schedule so people can kind of like know when we're going to do the live stage.
Yeah.
And Maple said next week, but 2 weeks from now, because
Yeah. Sorry.
Maple's gonna kill me if he does that.
No. You're right. You're right. Anyway, we have the tutorial. The next, there is a competition member that who have record something for the next tutorial. So I'm making the montage on it. It's gonna be after the tutorial, after the podcast. It will be the tutorial, and it will be the good time flow for the next podcast in 2 weeks. So it's gonna continue
Perfect.
all the time.
Well, if you are listening to this now, have a great week. If you're listening to it when it comes out on YouTube, have a great weekend. We'll catch you guys in a couple of weeks for another podcast. Thanks so much for listening, watching, and being part of an amazing community, guys. But yeah, peace.
Take care.